I would want to make a passionate appeal that everything, underline, everything be done to minimize the stresses within the party, to minimize the disputations within the party, and to ensure, do everything to ensure that we are in fighting shape come 2019.
We must support our security agencies to safeguard our country so that the job of development as outlined in our manifesto can proceed without too much interruption.
And relying on Article 13 of our Constitution, which empowers the NEC to carry out the functions of the convention, the NEC has decided to extend the tenure of the current NWC and other executive committees at various levels till for another 12 months, starting from June 30th.
Let's get some perspectives on what happened today, how the National Working Committee of the ruling APC got an extension of 1 year amid all of these crises. Joining us, as I earlier said, is the Publicity Secretary of the APC, Madam Bolaji Abdullahi. Many thanks for your time tonight on the program. It's been a very long day for you, I guess. But how did you arrive at that? Was this a unanimous decision of the party? Was it the yearning of the National Working Committee? Or what exactly brought about this extension of this tenure? Some people will ask, what is the reason?
Well, I mean, thank you very much. The issue of the stories we've been hearing before now was that there's a plan to dissolve the NWC, even as outlandish as that sounds, because there was probably no equivalent of a similar action in Nigerian political history, where the National Working Committee of the ruling party is dissolved summarily. But I think the action that was taken today is not a reaction to that false impression that was being created, but rather a considered position of the party that if we proceed from now, against the background of the different situations we have in different parts of the country, in different chapters of our party, if we proceed from there to hold congresses at this time, naturally congresses will produce disaffection and disagreements. It will further complicate the situation we're trying to improve in terms of relationship within the party. It is therefore deemed strategic for the party to create a situation that will enable the current executives of the party to continue to serve after the expiration of their tenure in acting capacity for another 12 months, largely to prevent a situation where new arenas of conflicts or new spaces of conflicts will be created within the party. You asked if it was unanimous. Yeah, I mean, I would consider it unanimous, because if you have votes were actually taken, and if we have 104 members of NEC voting in favor of tenure extension as against only 4 people who disagreed, then you can call that unanimous. So for us, it's an important victory for our party, not because people were getting extension of offices, but because we have acted in the best interest of the party and what we believe is also a strategic reaction to those who expect that our party will soon implode as a result of contest for positions within the party.
One big question today is the obvious absence of some strategic members of the NEC of your party. For example, the number 3 man in the country and the number 4 man were not there today. What are the reasons? And perhaps we look at the ramifications of the crisis in your party today. For example, in Cross River State, there is a lawsuit stopping or contravening the election of the executive in that state held last weekend. How does this all come together in the midst of all of these crises?
I mean, I will hesitate to use the word crisis, as it were. You know, naturally, where you have political contest, there will be those who will not be happy. There will be those who will want to dig in their positions. Naturally, this produces tension of all kinds. We accept that as natural, as long as they don't threaten the actual existence of the party or its capability to function as a democratic institution. So for us, what you are reporting from Cross River State is just like another facet of the several situations that we have taken on as responsibilities to solve in the next couple of weeks. The Asiwaju Bola Tinubu-led initiative, we believe, will deal with some of this. But for us not to further muddle up the waters and complicate what you may consider as a already complicated situation, we think it's better to forestall adding to that by extending the status quo beyond the envisaged June 30. So that's why I say it was largely a tactical decision. Now, on the question of those senior members of our party who, as you know, the Senate President had a reason not to be at the next meeting today because he had a court appearance, you know, at the Code of Conduct Tribunal, and the party leadership is aware of that, and that's largely the reason he was not at the next meeting today. You know, but as for the Speaker of the House of Representatives, I don't have information on why he was not there, but I don't think we can read too much meaning to that, because the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Lasso Yusuf, was at the meeting sitting in for the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Another big question will be, you've not had a convention as stipulated by your constitution in 2 years. Have you decided on the modality, and when have you fixed a convention, or you just decided that it will be a convention to produce your presidential candidate?
We plan to have a convention in June this year, and that was when originally new executives of the party at national level was meant to emerge at the national convention in June. Therefore, in view of this development, the extension of the office of the tenure of office of the current executives of the party at the national level, what you will find is a situation where, when we gather in June, the decision of NEC will be ratified by the convention, because what we announced today is that all the elected and appointed officers of the party whose tenure has been extended as from June will begin to act in those positions in acting capacity, but until the convention ratifies such action. So for us, there will still be convention in June, and that is aside from the primaries that will be convened to elect the presidential candidate of the party for next year's general election.
Let's conclude this conversation tonight on this note, and I would like you to make it as brief as possible. One of the agenda of today's NEC meeting is to ratify or disagree with the report of the party's True Federalism Committee. Did you agree on that, or where exactly did you leave that issue?
Members, yeah, thank you very much. It was listed on the agenda, but members requested for more time to study the report, just like they asked for more time to study the report on the constitutional amendment, of the party's constitutional amendment. So these two items, the amendment to the party constitution and the report of the restructuring committee report, will be taken at a new date that the NEC will reconvene in March this year. That's next month.
Well, then I guess it's a good moment for us to leave it. I probably would have loved to take you through some part of your constitution, especially the Article 13, where you base the extension of the tenure and some of the legality surrounding that matter. But time will not permit us. But many thanks, Madam Bolaji Abdullahi, for your time on the program tonight. The spokesperson of the ruling APC, Madam Bolaji Abdullahi, on the program. Thank you so much for your time. Well, that's our program tonight, everyone. Many thanks for being part of it. I'm Sean Wakimbale. Bye-bye.